back, folks. Sarcasm Speaks, just Jared and Bob. We're fresh out of the death pool. No one's died yet. That was actually a lot of fun the other day. I was a little nervous at first. I wasn't sure how having 5 people on a Zoom call was going to go. But I think it went really well. I had a blast.
It went fine.
I talked to Chris afterwards and he was like, I think that went really well. And I was like, yeah, man, I had a fucking blast. Like that was a good time. But that's what I said too. Like, you know, when you have 5 people in person, as we've learned before, granted there was alcohol
5
involved.
people in person drinking.
Yes. When there's alcohol involved and people start to talk over each other, it's not awesome. So that's why I wasn't really sure about like the 5 people on Zoom where you don't really get the same type of like audio kind of feedback when people are talking. But it was great. I had a lot of fun. We're probably not going to hit anybody this year, but
I mean, we can always try.
Yeah.
I'll probably hit everyone from last year.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it still stands, man. Do you remember? Shit. Was this 2 years ago now when I had that conspiracy theory
that we just delayed everyone's death 1 year?
Well, no. Yeah. That I concocted that COVID was going to kill Biden, or they were going to kill like the quote unquote all knowing they was going to kill Biden and say it was from COVID so that they could usher in like a military state. Not really, but like, you know what I mean? Like they could usher in like more control.
I mean, they didn't really even need to kill him.
No, they just
there's not much more control that the United States government can have than it has right now.
Yeah. Which is pretty infuriating.
Because I do think if they tried to go martial law or what Australia is doing, I don't think that would fly. I don't know. I think you'd have some real problems with not Massachusetts. Massachusetts would bend over and just grab its ankles.
Yeah. Say, please take me
more, give me more. But you would get these southern states, these conservative states. They wouldn't fucking put up with that.
No, they wouldn't.
So I kind of think the government's almost getting as much as they can get out of what's going on right now. Now they could try to take a new angle with something different. Like, you know, in 2001, it was the Patriot Act. Like, I don't know politics and policy enough to come up with what else has been in between. But in terms of the pandemic and giving up a certain level of choice and freedom, I don't know what more they could get. Unless you want to go domestic. Like, so I was at the gym today and a couple of the guys were talking about domestic travel. They go, I could see like travel being a problem. Like, what are you talking about? What would make you believe? What have you heard to this point would make you think that domestic travel would be a problem?
Yeah.
Like you can have like this, and this is the thing is that's a more, I guess, a left thought, I guess. I don't know. But it's a fucking crackpot theory. There has been nothing that has happened to make us think that domestic travel would be shut down or require a test or require vaccination.
No, especially not on the federal level.
Right.
So we saw this a little bit at the very beginning of COVID.
Like when you couldn't drive into Rhode Island. Yeah,
which at the end of the day, like whenever it's stupid, right? Like it's really, really fucking stupid, but I'm okay with that simply because it's the states setting their own rules and regulations, right?
Yes.
So, which is really a more libertarian idea than anything else, where states' rights rule and the federal government has nothing to do with it. So if you're going to tell me that the state of California moving forward is going to require some sort of proof of whether it's vaccination or negative tests to enter the state, again, stupid fucking rule, but okay, fine. Like they just won't have people that go there
Yes.
that don't want to go there and follow that procedure.
Yes.
I'm okay with that. Like I'm actually okay with that. Again, like from a logical standpoint, and like I'm gonna call them fucking stupid, and I'm gonna shred them for having a dumb rule. But when it comes down to it, like the state decided their own thing. And I am, like I said, I have to stay consistent, right? If I like the idea of states' rights, right, and individual liberty and individual freedom and a small federal government, I can't then turn around and be like, well, no, the state shouldn't be able to decide what they need to do. Like, no, it falls in line with generally how I think. And again, it doesn't mean I can't tell them it's a stupid fucking rule, but they have every right to do it.
Yep. But either way, so I mean, I know Biden was on my list last year. I don't think them killing him. Well, first of all, even if you even thought that was a legitimate idea, well, that was part of my thing was they're gonna kill him, but it's like who's they? I don't know. Why? I don't know. Yeah. But they're gonna kill him.
Who's they? Oh, it's them.
Well, I think
them.
I think Miss Harris has really worn out her welcome to the point that I don't think there's much motivation to get rid of him.
Now they're probably trying harder to save him than they are to kill him.
Yeah. So,
she is so unliked that, have you heard the rumors they might trot out Hillary Clinton in 2024?
No.
Yeah.
No way.
That's already started.
Really? No, those people are idiots. That's not a real thing. It's an idea. No, listen, it's an idea from people.
Idea, yeah.
It's an idea from people.
Right.
But people are assholes.
Correct.
We saw this happen. She lost to fucking Trump.
Yeah.
You don't come back from that.
No. You lost to the guy that sends mean tweets.
Yeah. The worst president ever.
Yeah. But yeah, no, there's rumblings out there that she could potentially be the candidate just because Biden's health might give out. Like he might be full-blown dementia by 2023. And then no one fucking likes Harris. So they
should start fresh.
Yeah.
They should start fresh with a legitimate candidate.
Yeah, but like that's the thing for like the Democrat. Now, I can't really say this with much conviction because I'm not a political analyst, nor do I play one on TV. But who the fuck in the Democratic Party is like capable? And
I don't know.
Like
I don't
slime ball.
This is the thing, dude. You're talking about politicians; they're all slime balls.
Well, yeah, no, I know, but I mean, like,
and anyone that we like
the best candidate for them would be Bernie. Like the best person for them to roll out would be Bernie.
Yeah, but they can't.
And he's going to be like 90 years old.
Yeah, but and then anyone that's he's too extreme for some of the people that are on the fence.
Right.
He's too crazy.
Absolutely.
So they need someone to play to both sides. They need someone that can take those people down the middle, pick one, go with one.
Really?
Does it get
the best person from the Democratic Party is Tulsi Gabbard?
Yeah, so she ain't going.
She might not even be a Democrat come.
She might not be
the presidential season.
No, it's going to be some clown that's been in politics forever that won't rock the boat.
Yeah.
It'll be the same thing. It'll just be younger Biden.
Yeah. So Obama.
Yeah, sure. Like it'll be, it's going to be underwhelming in some capacity.
So, I mean, we were super young, but I vaguely remember, because I think we talked about it in the current events class, maybe. Because what was I? I was a junior. I was a sophomore or a junior in high school in 2007. I guess technically I was both that year, but whatever. And I remember like talking about the presidential election and like talking about Obama and then 2008 leading into the election. And I remember very vaguely the people were talking about how he like kind of came out of nowhere, and he up until like 2007, I think, he was like a nobody. He was the junior senator from Illinois. You know what I mean? Like, and then he ran on the hope and change thing and then gave people hope and didn't actually really do anything. And it was cool because he was black. But at the same time, like, I think they need someone along those lines, like a junior senator from fucking, I don't even know where they are, like Pennsylvania. You know what I mean? Like some place that's like you can pull someone that's young enough that like they haven't been like totally fucked by the system, but like they're not old enough to be like, you know, ho hum Biden just comes in and does whatever he's been doing for the last 50 years that he's been in government, you know, like that type of thing.
Yep.
So I don't know. I think if Biden doesn't make it and if he's not on the ticket, it probably won't be Harris. I think it's going to be someone that no one knows about right now. You know what I mean? Like it's certainly not going to be someone like Joe Manchin or Kristen Sinema or any like names. Like it's going to be a name that I don't know.
Is anyone out there that like smokes weed, owns guns?
Yeah, there's plenty of them. It's called Vermont.
Choice abortion. Mostly wants the federal government to kind of stay out of things, but like, you know, step in where you have to.
I think honestly, that's a lot of places, right? Like just think, if I'm thinking off the top of my head, that's probably Idaho, Vermont.
What about Colorado? What are they like?
Colorado's a little bit too hippie. I don't think they're big on guns. They're definitely big on weed.
But like, what if you get outside of like Denver? Like, because part of Colorado has to be super rural, right?
Yeah, it's like kind of not that nice. Like Colorado Springs is like really fucking sketchy.
Oh, dude, the OTC.
Yeah. But then you go to like
Colorado Springs, is that Air Force?
I think so.
Yeah.
But then if you go to Boulder is like super fucking rich. Boulder is like Greenwich, Connecticut.
Aspen.
Yeah. It's weird. I feel like it's either like very affluent or it's like wicked sketchy, which I guess you could say that about just about anywhere, but
I mean, everywhere's got their parts.
Except for Alabama. That's just all sketchy.
I don't know.
Shout out to our one listener from Alabama.
I'll say the guy at the gym can probably tell me about how good fucking somewhere is. I don't even know. Birmingham. Oh, Birmingham is actually a pretty good place. Yeah.
Cool, man.
Sure. Yeah, just like Cleveland and Cincinnati.
Yeah, there's plenty to do there.
Fucking asshole. The only reason I asked about Colorado is like I know they like their weed. They have the most, I believe they have the most legal US based sports books. I think they've got like 20.
Oh wow, that's a lot.
Yes.
I didn't even know that there were 20 US sports books.
I can't name them.
Yeah.
I thought I was listening to some guy. He said he's got like 20 options out there.
Wow.
So I don't know if that's like say, well, dude, actually, you know, sneaks up on you. There's FanDuel, there's DraftKings, there's Barstool, Yahoo, FoxBet, WinBet, Caesars, BetMGM, PointsBet. That's 10.
Yeah.
I'm kind of out now, but
yeah,
that doesn't mean Bally's probably has something because they just bought Twin River. So they're kind of like moving around.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't be surprised if CBS has a sports book.
Probably.
Because like CBS Sports is kind of a thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would be surprised if any other major network had something because you just don't hear it much.
Right.
but yeah, I mean, there's a lot out there. Anyway, so the reason I asked is because Colorado, I know they like their weed. Shrooms are probably coming out there if they're not already, or are they decriminalized?
Yeah, I think so.
And if they're not there, it's coming soon.
Yeah.
But I also felt as though Colorado, I know they, again, I know they're like hippie-esque, but I also thought if you get outside of the major city, it would be like real life, regular life.
Yeah.
Or I guess outside of the major cities and outside of the tourism destinations, because Aspen, that's a joke. Like that's that's not a real place.
Yeah, I don't think anyone actually lives in Aspen.
That's fucking fantasy land.
Yeah. Yeah. People just fucking vacation there, or they live there like 4 months out of the year.
Yeah, whatever.
Because they're rich.
California.
Yeah. So I forget how we got there, but this thought popped into my head. So I looked it up. You had mentioned earlier when you were just going there about how government like sneaks stuff in, right? As far as like COVID, like they took a bunch of control, and you mentioned 9/11 with the Patriot Act. Well, there is another thing that they did that not a lot of people are really probably going to talk about. Well, the right-wing people probably are, but they're just going to flip out anytime the government does anything that's overreach. So, the whole January 6th stuff, like the stupid
Three Kings Day.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So as a result of the January 6th happenings, the Department of Justice.
Quick segue, minimum 41 sports books in the US.
Oh, wow. Wow, that's a lot. So the Department of Justice has unveiled a new domestic terror unit as the United States faces, quote, persistent and evolving threats a year after January 6th, officials warn. So I'm not going to even pretend like I've been following the whole January 6th stuff, but the things I listen to, like Crystal and Sagar and, Joe Rogan and Drinking Bros, like they all talk about it. But I have not really read probably one article on it. So what am I? I'm like fourth hand knowledge on this situation. But what they're trying to figure out right now is if and how many FBI agents were involved with the January 6th happenings. Again, so Dan Holloway from Drinking Bros says it's really stupid if you call it an insurrection because it's not an insurrection. He goes, oh, the insurrection where everyone left their guns at home. Like it's not, don't call it what it's not.
I don't know definition of insurrection, so I'm not going to work with the validity of that. There's a lot of things I don't understand about that date, and I never will understand because I'm kind of a fucking idiot. And then what I also struggle with, and this is where I just I just shut up about it. It's opinion versus fact. It's like,
right.
Wow, that's so terrible. And I'm like, oh, okay. And and then it's like they give their opinion on the event, not what actually happened.
Right.
And there's so much we don't know too. And I don't know. Dude, from the start, I never understood the big deal about it. And apparently it's a huge deal. I genuinely didn't.
The only person that was killed was one of the people that stormed. They were shot and killed by Capitol Police.
Which I believe
no one in the government was hurt.
I believe the Joker told us you get what you fucking deserve.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. And that's the thing. Like you play stupid games, win stupid prizes. And also like everyone that was involved with that should go to jail. Like you're an idiot. You stormed the United States Capitol building. You ripped down barricades and ran through the building and took pictures. Yeah. So I know Allegedly, the barricades just magically open themselves.
Okay, so there is a video of
there's a dude,
one of like
there's
someone there opening it up for them,
and he's appears to be a police officer too.
or at least a security detail.
Yeah, interesting. So
Yeah.
again, I don't really care too much about the conspiracy stuff, but the fact of the matter,
that's just what I saw in a video.
The fact of the matter is people went into the US Capitol building and like stole shit. It's like someone stole the lectern.
That's what I mean. Is like
someone was taking pictures with their feet on Nancy Pelosi's desk.
So again, that's like, I don't know. Maybe it's because I think all politicians are clowns. Like the shit that they did, I don't know. I thought it was kind of funny.
I think it was funny. I think it was absolutely hilarious. They all should go to jail because what they did was fucked up and illegal, but it's funny. It doesn't mean it's not funny.
Like when you start telling me about some of it, I just like laugh. I don't know. Like they stole the fucking lectern. Like it's
also like the lectern has like the official seal of like the United States government on it. Like you can't really like hide that somewhere.
You can't sell that secondary market. You're on video.
You're not gonna fucking sell that on eBay.
And I guess the way I look at it, okay, so did it instill some fear into the people that were in that building? Yeah, because you didn't know why everyone was coming in.
Right.
But I didn't know what was happening until it already happened that day. So like I look at it and I'm like, oh, so there was some guy in like fucking wolf skins with like battle paint on it. Like, whoever that fucking nutcase was, I'm like, this is just like, that's funny. Like, what the fuck is that?
Right.
And it's like someone threw their feet up on her desk and, someone's tried to steal the lectern. Like, I don't know. So I like when it comes to January 6th, Three Kings Day, I'll never understand it. And someone's probably listening, like, how could you be so insensitive? I'm not insensitive. I don't know what the fuck is. I'm ignorant, I guess.
Yeah.
Like I also don't care. But
the conspiracy stuff aside, they're currently trying to work through the process. Like there's a Senate committee that's going through, and I heard a recording the other day of, I don't know if it's the director of the FBI, but it's someone to do with the FBI who is being questioned, right? And they're like, were any FBI agents or confidential informants involved in the January 6th? And the lady just goes, I can't answer that question. And then they're like, did anyone in the FBI participate in any violence in that day? And she's like, well, I can't answer that question. Like every single question that they asked this lady, her response was, I can't answer that. So
and why was she there?
Exactly. So that obviously leads people to believe that there was some sort of FBI involvement. And now the real tinfoil hat people are saying that the FBI and the government did this on purpose because of what happened and the fallout being this new domestic terrorism unit that was created by the government. So now the government has grown even more. Now there's a whole new branch of the government. There's a whole new department of the government under the Department of Justice called the Domestic Terrorism Unit. And their whole purpose is to, quote, identify domestic terrorist threats.
Yeah. So you would think that that's going to mean more surveillance, less privacy, more interference. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'm following along.
Oh, Bobby, we saw that you went on this website 3 times in the last month. Do you know that website has been linked with domestic terror? And meanwhile, the website is Reddit.
Yeah. It's mybookie.com.
You know what I mean? Like someone goes on Reddit and they can use that as an excuse. And it's like, well, we have evidence that this website, it has been involved in many different things. And it's like, yeah, no shit. It's a public forum, you stupid fuck. Like,
yeah. No. Okay. So I can see what the downside to this is.
Yeah.
Yep. Nope. I got you.
Yeah. So there's a lot of people clamoring because of that. And again, I know nothing about this and I am not smart enough to figure it out on my own, but If it walks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, it's got to be a witch, and you got to throw it in the water. Like you said, that video of the guy that's the security guard opening the gate, people kind of like running in, to quote Dan Holloway again, the insurrection where everyone left their guns at home and no one was violent.
Yeah, that's I think that's the part I'm missing.
And then, the aftermath is now the United States government has a new branch to oversee its people. I don't know. And then you got this lady who works at some position for the FBI just saying, I can't answer that question. I can't answer that question. Nope, can't answer that either. Over and over and over again. It doesn't look good, right?
Okay. I looked up definition of insurrection: a violent uprising against an authority or government.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't know. I don't think I'd call that violent.
No.
That's just me. But this is the thing is like, so someone's going to call it an insurrection. Be like, what do you mean? Of course, that's a violent uprising against authority or government. I'm like, yeah, but dude, that wasn't violent.
Yeah, but what was violent about it?
Like, did you ever take U.S. history? Every other uprising has been violent.
Yeah. Yep.
Like when they shoot people.
Yeah. Like the Boston Massacre.
Pretty violent.
That was pretty violent. Even the Boston Tea Party.
The whole Revolutionary War.
Yep. The French Revolution.
That was pretty violent.
Yep. The Bolshevik Revolution in Russia. That was pretty bloody. A little bit. There's a couple drops of blood spilt over there.
Yeah, you had some social media assholes meet at the Capitol.
Yeah. And go in and take selfies. Like how intent were they on committing violence that they posted pictures of themselves in the building on social media?
If nothing else, the main charge for why these people should go to jail is stupidity. Yeah. You were stupid enough to storm the fucking Capitol and take pictures of yourself doing it.
Yes. Yep.
Like you were at a fucking like a championship parade.
Yeah, exactly.
Fucking assholes.
So I got it right here. It's apparently Ted Cruz is part of the Senate committee, and he's asking the assistant director of the FBI. I don't know her name, but here's the clip.
How many FBI agents or confidential informants actively participated in the events of January 6th?
Sir, I'm sure you can appreciate that I can't go into the specifics of sources and methods.
Did any FBI agents or confidential informants actively participate in the events of January 6th? Yes or no? Yes or no?
Sir, I can't answer that.
Did any FBI agents or confidential informants commit crimes of violence on January 6th?
I can't answer that, sir.
So she's on Zoom.
Did any
so
FBI agents or FBI informants actively encourage and incite crimes of violence on January 6th?
Sir, I can't answer that.
Ms. Sadburn, who is Ray Epps?
I'm aware of the individual, sir. I don't have the specific background to him.
Well,
so it's like a Belichick press conference.
Yeah. It's literally, that's what it is.
Is Bill on retainer with the U.S. government for how to?
We're on to Cincinnati.
Yeah, just snorts and grunts at people.
Yeah. I can't answer that question.
Can't answer that.
No. Were there anybody involved with the FBI present there on that day? No, I can't answer that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. We're on to Cincinnati. This is what she might as well have done.
Like, yeah, it's just a Belichick presser.
Yeah. So again, not a good look. When those are the questions that's being asked and your response is, I can't answer that.
Yeah, you Belichick them. We're on to Cincinnati.
Because you would think, so now the argument too is you would think that if there weren't any, the answer would just be no.
Yeah.
Right? Like, and now again, she's under oath, right? It's a Senate fucking whatever committee, hearing, like you're under oath. So if it were really no, why not just say no?
Yeah, that's what I want. I want to know is why, if she's under oath, why can't she say it?
Right.
Can't, don't want to.
Yeah. I can't answer that.
No, you can. You just don't want to.
Yeah. So that's
Who fucking knows?
interesting, right? And apparently, so the other thing too is the new unit was unveiled. So that domestic terror unit was unveiled on January 7th of this year. So
Happy anniversary.
yeah, it was happy anniversary. And now we have a new way to spy on people.
They don't need a new way to spy on people. So that's the only, so that's the counter argument. I know what because people are going to say, oh, it just means more surveillance, whatever. Dude, they can find whatever they need.
Yeah.
Whatever they need, they can find it. It's
Yeah,
not
if they
fucking
really
hard.
want to pin something on you, they can.
Yep. If you're doing, and that's the thing is like, so if you're doing bad shit and you don't want to get caught, guess what? You're so fucking insignificant
Yeah.
that they don't care about you.
Right. Right.
It's like, oh, I don't want to get caught doing this. Motherfucker, if they want to, they will. It's
Oh,
not hard.
I got to switch to a private browser. As if that does anything. All that does, it just means it doesn't stay in your history.
Yeah.
You stupid fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't want the government to know where I'm going. I got to use Google Incognito. You think Google's not tracking what you're doing in incognito?
Yeah,
mode?
never mind, motherfucker. You just took an Uber here and are now using Google Maps. Like everyone knows where the fuck you are.
Yeah, exactly.
Not hard. Not hard whatsoever. So I don't know. That's like the thing. I don't know. Like people are gonna make a bigger deal about it than it is. Like, dude, they're already tracking us.
Yeah,
In
they
any
already
way,
know.
shape, or form that they are.
And then even too, like, even if you leave your phone at home, your car now has GPS in it. Like they can track the movements of your car.
They can
If you
track
have
you
a
by,
new- if you have a
dude, they
new
can
car.
track you by gait if they want
Yeah,
to.
no, I know that's true too.
Like if it's that bad,
Yeah.
they'll
Yeah.
fucking figure it out.
Yep.
And most people are too stupid, so they don't even need to go that far. They'll just give themselves up.
Yeah. Really making it hard to be a serial killer out here.
Dude, it's a dying breed.
Yet
How do you
I
do
think
it?
most I literally could just be making this up, which I am, but I think most murders go unsolved.
The fuck kind of stat is that? I mean, we're not a fact-based show, but that's like the fucking
oh yeah, dude, look at this. Projectcoldcase.org. In 20, where'd that go? Come back.
the government's tracking you. They don't want you looking at that.
Yeah, I know. Okay. In 2019, there were 15,449 homicides. 6,544 of them were unsolved.
Get a percentage on that. I didn't track any of those numbers.
I believe that's 42% is unsolved.
That doesn't sound like most.
No, it doesn't, but most sounds better.
That's like the billboard that used to be up in Easton that said most OA students don't vape.
Yeah.
And then in smaller letters underneath, it said in the last 30 days.
Oh, wow. So this is super interesting. So this website, projectcoldcase.org, they track the amount of homicides and the clearance percentage every year. So clearance, I'm assuming, means they solve the case. And this goes all the way back to 1980. We, believe it or not, have gotten worse at solving homicides since 1980.
Really?
Yeah. So
Must be getting better at it.
I'm not going to read every single one.
because the deck's
but-
stacked against you if you're a murderer.
In 1980, so there's also been less homicides. All right, I'm gonna run through this chart real quick. So in 1980, there were roughly 23,000 homicides. 72% of them were solved. And I guess I'll just jump every 5 years from there. So in 1985, there were roughly 19,000, 72% were solved. In 1990, there were 23,500, so 23,500. They were 67% solved. In 1995, there was 21,600, 65% solved. In 2000, there were 15,600, 63% solved. In 2005, there was just under 17,000, 62% of them were solved. 2010 is 14,500, 58% were solved. And then in 2015, there was 15,600, 59% solved. And then again, like in 2019, it was 58%. So we've gone from, in the 80s, it looked like it was around 72% solve rate on homicides, to the 90s being probably about 67%, to the 2000s being about 62%, to the teens, you're looking at like 59% average. So the total number of homicides has gone down, but the percentage that we've been able to solve them has also dropped from 72% to 59%. So I don't know if that just means that the murders that happen now are higher quality. Like, I don't know. Like everyone was just murdering people for fun back in the 80s, which, I mean, it was the time of like big time mafia shit. So potentially like organized crime. I don't know. Interesting. That's a very interesting stat. That's very surprising to me that it's dropped that much. What is 72% to 58? 14%. We've dropped 14%. Our capability of solving homicides.
It's technology, man.
Yeah.
You know what the government should do? Get a special task force. Maybe like expand into a new agency to handle this stuff.
Yeah.
Put it under like a domestic terror type thing.
2016 was really bad. We only solved 56%. That was our worst year. Well, we also don't know what 2020 and 2020 was because the numbers aren't up yet, but we only solved 56% in 2017. And our best year was 1983. We solved 76% of homicides. This is crazy. I love this shit. So yeah, if you want to go kill someone, you have roughly 43% chance of getting away with it. Dude, I mean, that's not bad. Like if you told me I had a 43% chance of hitting the lottery, like I'd be like, fuck yeah, dude. Like that's really fucking good.
I was gonna say, if it wasn't for this year, most people are more likely to get away with murder than to hit a sports bet.
Yeah.
Ish.
Yeah.
I guess in general.
Aside from me betting on baseball.
No, I think I hit it like 55 last year. This past season.
I think I hit it like 57% on baseball this year. Or close, like 56 and change. Like I was really high this year on baseball. So I don't know. That's weird. It's crazy. I don't even know how we got there.
I don't either. That's why I don't have any further comments on the topic.
Yeah.
I don't.
Do you want to tell me about your Washington Examiner?
Oh, this is
article?
this is pretty good. So I'll give my own paraphrasing on this because I don't want to read the whole thing. So the FDA or someone at some point must have went to the FDA and was like, hey, bitches, like you have to release all of the vaccine data that led you to like approve it all, and like what did that look like, and everything regarding it, because this did go pretty good. So it was like approved or emergency authorized or whatever the fuck it got. It went pretty quick, but so release all the info that you have on it.
Right.
So the FDA proposed that they would release 500 pages a month, which would take 75 years to release all the data. So my first reaction to that says, oh, actually, they got sued. Okay. It was a Freedom of Information Act lawsuit by a coalition of doctors and scientists with the nonprofit Public Health and Medical Professionals for Transparency. So apparently that's a nonprofit out there. And they sued the FDA for the information, to release the information.
Right.
So the FDA turned around and said, yeah, sure. We'll get that to you by 2097.
Sick.
So 2097. Really? Are you fucking serious? You need 75 years to release this data? 75 years. What the fuck takes 75 years?
Yeah.
Like you did, like there was so much data that it's going to take you 75 years to release it all. Yet you were able to approve the fucking thing in 108 days.
Yeah. So
No,
I've
you're hiding
heard
something. You're
I've
hiding
heard-
something.
I've heard people talk about this, and that's the exact same argument that I've heard every single person say when they talk about this topic, that, oh, it only took you 108 days to review all of this data and approve it. But in order to release it, it's going to take 75 years because you said that's how long it's going to take to process. Well, how are you able to process it in 108 days then?
So something smells there. That's
Yeah.
what I think. Something smells. I
Yeah.
don't know what. Might be nothing. Could be nothing. Like it could be that the data didn't really show much. And I swear to God, don't let that data show that the vaccines don't do anything. I will fucking throw the biggest fucking victory lap of when I
Yep.
said it's more likely to do nothing than harm you.
Yep.
So a judge ruled in counter to their 75 years, you have 8 months. 8 months. I mean, like that's like going to like buy a car and they're like, all right, sticker price, 30,000. You can have it for 30,000. And then they come back and they're like, well, what about 15? And it's like, best I can do, 29.8.
Yeah.
Take it or leave it.
Yeah.
Only this happened in a court of law.
Yep.
8 months.
Yeah.
That is so fucking funny.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's exactly what. So the nonprofit said the data should be made public quickly because the FDA took just under 4 months to review the data before granting full approval for the Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine. So I'm not going to go this far, but someone could make the argument, not me, that the FDA doesn't have much data. And what's probably going to come from their release is that they made a decision with a traditional lack of data. Someone could make that argument.
Yeah.
Because if you reviewed it in less than 4 months and approved it, but it was going to take you 75 years to put it out there, I'm sorry. It doesn't take longer to make the data public than it does to review, confirm, check,
Right.
and make sure that everything that came through was accurate.
Even if you wanted to make the argument that you had 100 scientists reading through this data, and then just to be a dickhead to make it public, you were going to have the intern make the stuff public, and they only work 4 days a week.
Yeah, the intern ain't gonna
That's
fucking work there for
still-
75 years.
That still shouldn't take 75 years.
Nothing should take 75 years. That's a
Like the
fucking joke.
factor, what is that in days? I'm trying to figure out like the factor number. So 75 years is roughly 27,375 days. We'll call it 27,400 because there's a couple leap years in there. So 27,400 divided by 108. That is a factor of 254 times more than what they reviewed it the first time.
If you divided the amount of pages that allegedly are out there, that's 16 pages.
Yeah.
You're telling me that someone's gonna take 16 pages and release 16 fucking pages? I have to send my accountant more than 16 pages to do my fucking taxes.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, but the intern can't do more than 16 pages. They're only on a trial basis of their scanner software.
Yeah.
The FDA can't get the regular thing.
Yeah. They have to keep changing whatever process they use from one 14-day trial to the next.
Yeah. I don't know. I just love that. They're like, the FDA is like, oh yeah, we can probably get it to you in 75 years. And judge is like, yeah, I see your 75 years. You can give it to me by fucking September or October.
Yeah. Well, in there, I just
and
read
go fuck yourself.
it starts in March. So it's a rolling release. So I just read right here, Pittman, I think is the judge, right? The ruling judge. Says Pittman's ruling requires the FDA to start producing documents at an expedited pace, more than 12,000 pages before January 31st. That timeline is also in line with the agency's proposal, but deviating sharply from the FDA's desired timeline. The judge ordered the agency to, quote, produce the remaining documents at a rate of 55,000 pages every 30 days, with the first production being due on or before March 1st, 2022, until production is complete. So he gave them 8 months to do all of it, but there's a minimum of 55,000 pages every 30 days for 8 months.
They were smart. They would release all fucking 450,000 because they know no one's going to sift through that.
Right. Well, someone would.
Some other intern.
Some other intern.
The intern for the nonprofit.
Yeah. So yeah, it's gonna be crazy. And I partially also kind of wonder if this is why they're starting to like kind of turn a little bit and be like, oh yeah, no, I think we're getting close to having this under control. Because if they can get to the point where, right, so it's, hey, to be totally honest and upfront, I had no idea that was the thing, like that this judge gave them until August, because what I have been saying is that this will be all over by July and August. But the thought that I'm having right now is, if this thing is over by the time all the information is released, what's anyone going to care? Like, there are going to be people that care, right? There's going to be people that are flipping the fuck out. But like, most people that have to get up and go to work every day aren't going to care once it's over. You know what I mean? Like, if this whole thing is over and behind us, and then people come out and be like, look what they did, they lied, they blah, 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 all this bullshit, whatever, fuck them. People are going to be like, yeah, I don't give a fuck anymore because it's over.
Yeah, it's over.
It's over. It doesn't matter. You know? So that's another angle. I mean, I'm just trying to make myself even more right at this point, but I did not know that. I'm just kind of connecting dots here. And like I said, trying to make my point even more right.
Well, you just jinxed it.
Yeah.
It's like the groundhog. 6
Yeah.
more years of pandemic.
Yeah. Sick. Can groundhogs get COVID?
I don't know. Why not?
He should wear a mask.
Probably.
but not a cloth one because those ones don't work.
Yeah, did that actually come out?
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's because you send me this shit or if it's because it just happened that way in the Instagram algorithm. Dude, I'm getting a lot of fucking conservative stuff. And I'm fucking sorry. But like conservative social media, conservative Instagram, you guys need to fucking get your shit in order.
Yeah.
Because all the fucking random shit you say, the FDA did this, the FDA did that. Dude, I cannot find this info fucking anywhere. Like, I don't have any specific examples, but you know, oh, well, the FDA admits that something. And I'm like, dude, that is not a fucking thing. Like, I don't know where the fuck.
You got to use DuckDuckGo.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I don't know. Let me see if I can pull something up.
There was something that I talked about, not the last episode, but the one before. God, there's no way I'm going to remember what it is. But there was something that I talked about 2 episodes ago that the conservative like social media outlets had taken out of context and spun. It was actually oh no, it wasn't. It was the last episode. It was the COVID deaths. So beginning on February 2nd, hospitals are no longer required to submit monthly deaths or whatever, however often they would do it. Hospitals are no longer required to submit COVID deaths to the government, right? Which is a fact beginning on February 2nd. What conservative social media things and news outlets had spun that to say is that starting February 2nd, no one's going to track COVID deaths anymore. And it's like, no. That's not what they said. They didn't say they weren't going to track COVID deaths. They're just not required to submit them to the federal government anymore. So the hospitals are probably going to continue to track them, but they don't have to send them to the federal government. And they might all still do it anyway. But the thing is, like, they're just not required to now. But that's one example where like conservative social media just took something and spun it into something that it's not.
Yeah, it's just fucking comical.
Yeah. See, they don't care about COVID deaths anymore.
Oh, here you go. Here's one. It's a very cold day in NYC. People are walking down the street, steam coming out each side of their KN95 masks. Blissfully unaware this means their masks don't work. Like, we're still doing this shit.
Yeah.
Fuck out of here. I don't have any good examples. Next one I see, I'll send it to you.
I mean, my thing has been the entire time, like, if you want me to do something, just tell me or ask me. You know what I mean? Like, put a sign up. Like tonight, I had my CPR in-person skills thing, which was awesome. I think it like I was there for like 40 minutes tops. I love the new way to do CPR. You do all the bullshit stuff online, and then you do the hands-on in person, and it takes an hour, which sucks because it used to have to be like 4, 5, 6 hours that you're in a classroom doing all that.
3.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah. 3 or 4 hours is still way too fucking long.
Yeah, it's awful.
But now it's great because it's an hour or less. So I had to go to this building. It's in like an office park in East Bridgewater. And I pull in and I see some other people. Like one person walks into the building and they're wearing a mask. And I'm like, fuck. So I put my mask in my pocket, but I get to the front door and there's no sign that says you have to wear a mask. I'm like, all right, cool. So I go in, I'm trying to find like the directory listing so I know where to go in the fucking building. And there was one guy who works in one of the offices who walks by out of the bathroom, no mask. I'm like, all right, sweet. Like that's fucking a good sign. He works here. So I go up, I find the directory, I find where I have to go. I walk into the office, and there was literally 3 people. It was me, one other lady that had to do the training, and the instructor. So there was 3 of us in this fucking room. And the other 2 people were both wearing masks. I made sure to check. There was no sign on the door that said masks are required. There's nothing that said, please wear a mask. I go in, I talk to the lady, I tell her who I am, I check in. She goes, oh, you must be Jared, whatever. We go through, do the whole thing. Not once at any point did she say, oh, do you have a mask, by the way? Nothing. So I went through the whole class, no mask. And it was great. It was fine. It was perfect. But I had one in case they had to be like, hey, can you just put a mask on? And I would have done it. But that's my thing. I said it from the beginning. Remember when we were doing home stuff at Home Depot and I was being all fucking Timmy Tough Nuts about it? And like, I'm not putting a fucking mask on. If you want me to put it on, put a sign on the door that said you can't come in without one. And they did. So I did. I go into the building. There's no signs. No one says anything. I'm like, this is fucking great. This is how it should be. This is exactly how it should be. If you want to wear one, wear one. If you don't want to wear one, then don't wear one. Make the choice yourself. So, I mean, I don't know why that's so hard for people to grasp.
Because people are idiots. Very simple. Very
people are like flip out over this shit. They're like, oh my God, you had COVID? Or, oh no, I have COVID. Yeah, guess what? You're going to be fine. It's not that fucking bad. Get over it. Who cares? Everyone's going to get it at this point. With Omicron, like the way that's going, like everyone's going to get it.
What about Deltacron?
Yeah. Oh, that's fake.
Oh, it ended up being fake?
Yeah.
That's too bad.
I saw this.
I wish it was real.
I think I saw it on Twitter that it was a mistake. It was like a lab mistake. It was like a mix-up or something. I don't know how I'm going to be able to find it, but
you don't need to find it. It's not that important. It sounds fake.
Twitter. Yeah, but I remember when I saw it, it said that it was actually just a laboratory mishap. So someone probably had a sample that had a Delta and an Omicron and fucking dropped them, or they touched each other. And someone was like, oh my God, it's Deltacron. You have both at the same time. They're like, so yeah, dumb. Not so much.
So fucking dumb.
Not quite. So you want to wrap this up?
Yeah, we can wrap this up.
All right.
So I'm going to show you something. And on YouTube, you'll be able to watch. But you're going to tell me what you think that this is.
Okay. A $100 bill.
Okay. So now I'm going to hold it up closer to you. And now you're going to actually look at it. Because I have it in my hands. You don't have it in your hands.
It's a $100,000 bill.
Not quite.
Oh, it's $1 million bill.
Yep.
I saw all the extra zeros on the right side over the green circle.
Yeah. So this is quote unquote $1 million bill. So that's how this works. So someone handed it to me.
It's one of the kids. Like, hey, Bob, here's $1 million. It's one of our common associates. So, okay. So he goes, and I'm like, dude, this isn't a funny joke. Like, oh, $1 million bill. So funny. Yeah. Like, dude, you're graduating college. Like, grow the fuck up, will you? And he goes, no, you got to read it. Okay. So I'm going to read this thing. Now, on your end and on YouTube, it looks like a $100 bill at a glance. When you look closer, it's $1 million bill. This bill may look real, but it's actually fake. No shit. Yeah.
Wow. $1 million bill. Imagine that. It would not be accepted by a bank no matter what you, in italics, believed about it. The same is true with spiritual matters. Many claim to know God, but their actions say otherwise. The Bible even warns about people like this. Italics or quote. This people honors me with their lips, but their heart is far away from me. Capitalization's a fucking disaster in this too.
Yeah, well, it's Bible talk.
Because it's me and that's God. Okay, never mind. I gotcha.
Yeah.
How can you know if you might be one of these people? God gave us the 10 commandments as a standard of righteousness. How many lies have you told in your life? How have you ever stolen anything, even if the value was small? Have you ever looked with lust at anyone you're not married to? The Bible says everyone who looks at a woman with lust for her has already committed adultery with her in his heart. If you've done these things, God sees you as a liar, a thief, and an adulterer at heart. You see, God is perfectly holy, just, and good. His justice means hell for those who are guilty. You might think you're a good person, but would a good judge let a murderer go because he did other good things? Definitely not, and God is the same. Your good deeds can never make you right with God. However, there's good news. That's in all capitals.
Where is all of this written on there? That's all. These are a lot of words. Oh, it's all in the back. Ah, okay.
Lost my spot.
Ah, shit.
I got it. God made a way for sinners to be forgiven without violating justice. He took on flesh in the person Jesus Christ. He lived the sinless life we couldn't, and then offered himself on the cross as a sacrifice for sin. Jesus took the wrath of his Father and rose from the dead, showed the penalty fully paid! ! God commands you to repent and put your faith in Jesus alone for salvation. Cry out to God, confessing and forsaking your sins. Trust in what Jesus did for salvation, not in your own deeds. God promises eternal life and a new heart that will desire righteousness. Read your Bible daily and obey what you read. What does any of that have to do with a fake $1 million bill?
I don't know.
Outside of getting it in your hand to like look at it.
Yeah.
And I guess so I can make fun of it on a podcast. So, not a religious guy. If you are a religious guy, I don't know how you've been listening to us this whole time.
Yeah.
That doesn't really work. Us in religion, but not really. Doesn't really, not good bedfellows.
Didn't really jive.
No, it doesn't really follow what we do, act, say, anything, represent. So if you're a big religious guy and you're listening here, then credit to you, because you can fucking do your religion shit and then listen to us. I'm gonna give you 3 guesses. And you don't need to name the specific person, but who do you think gave this to our mutual acquaintance of strength conditioning, past, present, and future?
Do I know the person?
Yeah, you do know. You know the person who received it.
I know.
I gave it to. No, you don't know who gave it to him.
Oh,
and it can be general, like
a Jehovah.
Nope.
Gene.
No, wasn't Gene from episode 2 of Reality Tonic.
Shout out to Reality Tonic.
That was pretty
podcast.
Good.
Yeah.
And episode 3, not bad either.
Yeah. Yeah, with Daniel Dahmer. Yeah. The YouTube version of that was pretty good because they cut in clips of some of his music videos.
Well, they played it on like on the Spotify, but I didn't see it. I didn't know they did a whole YouTube thing.
Yeah.
Although I wouldn't be able to sit there and watch a YouTube video for that long, so I'll just have to listen.
Yeah. I just put it on the TV next to my computer while I work.
Yeah. See. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I don't know, a nun.
Nope. A family member gave this to our friend.
Yeah.
Our known person. So it was his cousin. So I was going to say it can be general, like a family member I would have said, yeah. So his cousin gave it to him. Give you 3 guesses as to where he gave it to him.
At the gym?
Nope.
At a family party.
Party might not be the right word.
A funeral.
Yep. His grandfather's funeral.
Jesus Christ.
So
oh no, did I just blaspheme?
No.
I just created blasphemy.
Sure. So at the funeral for our person's grandfather's dead.
Yep.
In the box.
Yep.
His cousin is going around handing out these,
Oh my God.
the fake $1 million bill. His grandfather's dead, but there's a fake $1 million bill with, I don't want to say threatening, but like a threatening, commanding message.
Yeah.
Like, repent because you suck and read your Bible and obey
Yeah.
what you read.
Yeah.
Of all places. I can tell you one thing. Not that I have many family members. I don't have any cousins, so that situation is literally impossible for me. If I'm at a fucking funeral for my own fucking family member and someone wants to hand me this shit, I might start swinging. I hate funerals as is, and I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. No, I was going to say that's grounds for a punch in the face.
That's
like,
what
I don't
was
care
thinking.
who it is. Cousin, random guy on the street, fucking aunt, uncle, doesn't matter. Like, you're at someone's funeral and you're handing that thing out. We're gonna have some words at the very least.
Or declare fisticuffs.
We are going to have some words.
I think fisticuffs is in order.
Yeah.
Or everyone grab a broom and shenanigans. But I'm just like, where the fuck do some of these people come off? I don't know. I don't get it. But if you ever see me swinging at someone at a funeral, they probably gave me a fake $1 million bill with a bunch of fucking Jesus talk on the back.
Yeah, that's fucking ridiculous. It's I mean, not to use a pun here, but it's that like holier than thou fucking mentality. You know what I mean? Like, well, this is what you need to do to find salvation. How could you find it other than this? It's like, hey, guess what? What's most likely probably happens is like when you die, like everything just stops.
Hey, bro, you see that hole in the ground?
Yeah.
Probably where he's going.
And it doesn't matter because you're dead. So it doesn't matter because everything just stops. So it's not like you don't like feel sad about it because you don't feel anything because you're dead and you no longer exist.
And then it's like, even in what is it? Is it Knocked Up? Or it's like you're gonna reincarnate and come back as an anal bead. It's like, whose anal bead? It's mine. Well, guess what? If that's how I fucking draw it, then I guess I'll just be the best anal bead I can be. I don't know.
Hope I come back as a raccoon. But like a raccoon, like down south that rides alligators.
Listen, I hate raccoons.
I want to be the raccoon in the meme.
Yeah,
it's on the back of the fucking
nature's
crocodile.
crackheads.
Yeah.
Now, I hate raccoons. That's because I'm a human being.
Right.
If it turns around that I'm a raccoon, I'll still hate raccoons. I'll still hate myself. But at least I'm fucking cracked out. It's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Could be worse, right? You could be like a snail.
I don't even know. You could be handing out $1 million bills at someone's fucking
at your own family's funeral.
Yeah, at a family funeral.
Yeah. Fucking some people, man, they just don't get it. But speaking of not getting it and doing dumb shit, we have never really pulled punches when it comes to shitting on the lovely state of Massachusetts that we abide in. Reside in. Abide. Are you fucking stupid?
This is such a fucking dumb state.
That we reside in this wonderful state of Massachusetts. Let me call your attention to this tweet from Only in Boston. That's just a random account that I follow on Twitter. They tweet out stuff about Massachusetts and Boston. Massachusetts has created a commission to review the official state seal and motto and provide proposals for a revised or new design. Calls have been made for the seal to be changed due to the colonial broadsword's placement directly above the Native American depiction's head. So if you're on YouTube, I'm going to hold this up for you right now. You can see that is the state seal of Massachusetts. I know it's a little blurry, but you get the picture. It's a blue shield with this yellow golden figure is a Native American, and this arm is holding a sword. It is correct to say that the arm is above the Native American. It would be incorrect to assume that that arm is swinging the sword at the Native American. So people in this state decided that we need to change our state seal because there is a arm holding a sword that happens to be above a Native American. So you know what the most hilarious part about this is? I'm willing to bet a significant amount of money that if and when they actually redo the seal, the new seal doesn't have a Native American on it.
Oh no, 1000% won't.
That's how they're going to fix it. They're
No,
going to be like,
no
oh yeah,
way.
no, look, we fixed it. Like we did all this. It's like, no. Like you just erased the Native American from the seal. Like you guys don't get it because this is what they do, right? This is the whole thing. This has been from the fucking beginning with the Black Lives Matter thing. Hey, we want equal rights. Yep, I hear you. Here's a mural on the street. Or, hey, we want to stop getting killed all the time in the middle of the street by cops or whoever. Yep, okay, we'll take on Jemima off the bottle. And it's like, oh, we need to change the state seal of Massachusetts because there's an arm holding a sword that's a little too close to this Native American. Oh, let's redesign the whole thing. Are you going to keep the Native American on there? Because, to honor the Native Americans that were here first. Oh, no. We have this whole new design. So you took the Native American off the seal. Well, yeah. Well, we had to make a new design. Like you guys, like these people just don't get it. They don't fucking get it. They're so fucking stupid. And imagine who has so much free time that they examine the state seal
Idiots
of Massachusetts and we're like, yeah, we need to do something about this.
Nope, the idiots in this state.
Like, get a hobby. Go collect rocks.
Also, South Park made fun of this like 19 years ago.
What did they do?
So the state flag, or I guess the town flag of South Park, it was a black guy being hung by a bunch of white guys. So they tasked the kids to come up with a new flag because it was, you can't get rid of the flag, it's history. And then people were like, you have to get rid of the flag, it's racist.
Yeah.
And this is like 2003, so this is before this shit was fucking cool.
Right.
So the kids made a new one where they still had like the 4 white guys and 1 black guy or something, but they were like, we changed the flag. I forget the actual details. Someone's probably listening and actually watches South Park knows, but they were like, we changed the flag because killing is bad and it shouldn't be on the flag. And then like all the adults were like, no, you didn't get it. It was racist. And they were like, what? Like the kids are looking at him like, what are you talking about? It's like, oh, because it was a black guy. They were like, oh shit, we didn't even notice. So I remember that South Park or I guess I definitely don't remember every detail, but that definitely was a South Park episode.
Yeah. That's hilarious.
Just, I mean, the second I say it too, it's like, oh, what was the flag? Well, it was a black guy being hung by white people.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of people apparently that have way too much free time. So
They do.
We'll get a new state seal from Massachusetts that doesn't incorporate Native Americans, right? Further disenfranchise them. We stole their fucking everything, made them go live in a certain area. And then, we're going to take you off of our flag too. So, but we care. We care. because we got rid of the sword that was too close to them. It's too close to the head. The sword that was on the flag, it was way too close to their head. You know, that was making me uncomfortable. What if the arm fell down? You know, the sword would have cut his head off. Like, I imagine that's the conversation they have, as if like that could actually happen when it's a drawing, an artist's rendition on a flag. So fuck them, fuck everybody, and fuck you guys. We're done. But definitely don't fuck mybookie.com or grillyourassoff.com. You go to mybookie.com, use a promo code sarcasmpod over there to double your first deposit up to $1,000. You can also go to grillyourassoff.com, use our same promo code sarcasmpod over there for 15% off your entire order every single time you go to checkout. No matter what you buy, whether it's the seasonings, the barbecue sauce, the meat thermometer, the pickles, the t-shirts, hats, whatever, 15% off with promo code sarcasmpod every single time. Thank you for watching. If you're on YouTube and listening wherever you are, make sure you subscribe, like, review, all that stuff. Hammer the thumbs up button on YouTube. And you can get us on Instagram at Sarcasm Speaks Pod. We're on Twitter at Sarcasm_Speaks. Our Facebook page is Sarcasm Speaks. Our new website is up and running, sarcasmspeaks.com. And until next time.